Hogarth Designs. Today we are making a project using the delightful Little One collection from Graphic 45. I thought I would make a kind of keepsake box using one of the new album in a box. These are 5x5 by 2 inches, so we'll discover them together. This will be my first time using them, so it'll be interesting to see how they work. So here are the papers that I'll show you in a moment. And I also received a set of the classic Little One ephemera assortment. So I'll show you those as I decorate the album up. So let's take a look at these wonderful, wonderful papers. I opted for the 12x12. We've got 8 double-sided papers and there's 2 designs of each. So if, like me, you absolutely adore the Graphic 45 papers and find them really hard to cut into, I always take out one sheet, and that is my Keep Forever store set, unless I buy a second set. So these will be really good for little postage stamps for envelopes. If you were doing a christening, you could put them on the invitations. I digress. So we've got, yes, 12x12 papers, and I save one set, which is the set that I'm sharing with you now, and then I base my projects on the remaining papers. So I try and stick within the half of the papers that I have, and then that's the reason why I use all of the scraps to make these smaller cards and tags and such like. So as you can see, you've got glorious colours in this collection. The green is like an eau de Nil, and then you've got a very it's a pale pink, but there's also a strawberry pink next to it, but they're very, very subtle matte kind of colours. And then you've got this pop of lemonade yellow. They're really, really pretty colours, and you could see them in the stripes here, and those colours work throughout the collection. You can even just buy the collection for the floral pages. There's enough patterns and florals that even if you didn't have a new baby and family, or you weren't making a keepsake, you could make the most of these beautiful papers. This is the Little One front cover, and this would just be absolutely divine for a larger album, or you could put it in a 12x12 box with the baby's name in. It's just a pure piece of artistry, absolutely beautiful. And then you've got the final page with the tiny stars on the back. So those are the stunning papers that we're going to be working with. So this is the album in a box. I've got one in cream and one in black. It's one of the new albums that Graphic 45 are now making. I love that it's got a magnetised closure. It's very solid, 2-inch wide spine. And then you open it up. You've got a pocket in the front here, and then this really sturdy box. So you could put a cover on the album, but the idea is that you decorate it up and then you insert it into the spine here. My pages are numbered because I've already been working out the cutting lines for the papers. But you've got slip-in pockets. This one opens up. You've got 2 further pockets, and then you've got some plain pages, some pockets with thumbnails on, some more plain pages. There's a variety of everything. So if you haven't made an album before, this is a really good entry into it, I think. So as I said before, I'm going to be using the ephemera, and I'm also going to be edging all of the pages with the natural linen just to highlight the patterns. And this natural linen is the perfect match, as with everything Graphic 45, for these papers. This is the finished Little One album. So I've decorated up all of the sides. I've kept the front cover quite simple. So if you carry on watching, you can see the details of how I put everything together. I cut a lot of these smaller stamps, and you'll see these scattered throughout. They came in real handy, and then I've used some of the ephemera. So I thought I would show you the outline of the album first so that you could see how the beautiful papers work. So I've got a selection of the tags and the smaller pieces of journaling cards and ephemera that I've cut out. I've made some little hold-all areas. I've put the cream tags in because this could be where photos go, or I've kept it quite generic. So you can see this is the sort of the first page with the pockets decorated, and I've added plenty of tags. You can see all the different bits of ephemera. I love this little rabbit peeking through here. And then we close it back up. This page here was a particular favourite, so in some cases I didn't want to add too much to it. I've got another little hold-all here with a small tag. And then you keep going and the ephemera comes in here. I've got a band to hold a tag. And then inside here, there are two more decorative tags. I had to cut down one of the larger graphic 45 tags for it to fit in here. And then you carry on going and you can just see how beautifully all of the papers coordinate with the ephemera. I do miss the journaling cards, but there are so many different elements in the 12 by 12 papers. You can easily make them up yourselves and decorate them. This is that page again. Maybe a baby photo will go on here, but for now I like it just as it is. Then we've got another set of tags, more bands here to hold them in place. And then you keep on going to the back, and then I've made an extra, like a trio pocket here, so that maybe little baby keepsakes can be kept in here as a little extra at the back. And then all of the insides are decorated, and then we pull it back over and we're back at the beginning again. So it's a lovely, lovely journal to make. I really liked the mini album in a box idea. I love the way that the magnet really encloses it. You can, of course, make your own album within the box, but for beginning of album making, it's a really, really nice and adaptable idea. So carry on watching and you can see how I put this album together. I'm going to begin by decorating the outside of the box. I've pre-cut many of the papers, inked many of the edges with the natural linen ink, so it'll be a matter of adhering it to the box. I will write a blog post to include the measurements because there's quite a long list that I'm working with today. that's the bare bones of the decorating done. So the box itself has been covered inside and out, and these are the little one papers. I was initially drawn to this collection because when my one of my babies was little, I used to call her Little One, so it brought back so many happy memories, and I may well end up using this as a keepsake for her baby photos. I'll take some extra ones, but I was so drawn to the imagery that in a lot of the cases I opted for the larger drawings. It would work really well with the 8x8 papers. And you can see the colourways, how beautifully they work together and how pretty the floral elements are. So I've still got the smaller elements to add, and I need to cut up some of the journal size cards. So I will carry on decorating, and then I will add this spine to the inside of the box. I'm going to go back in with some of the smaller ephemera. So I cut up the 12x12, 2 sheets of the 12x12 that had the paper ribbons, the larger journaling style cards, lots and lots of these tiny stamps that I love. I've got the ephemera to hand, larger pieces of offcuts, and then a cup here of the smaller offcuts, so nothing will go to waste. So now I'm going to work through and add some extra embellishments to each page. I've die cut some of the smaller tags, some cream card. Most of the things have been edged with some natural linen ink, but I will do some more as I go along as well. I'm at the stage where I can decorate the front cover. You can see how much ephemera I still got left. I'm thinking at the moment that I will add one of the large journaling cards and a few of these smaller elements, but before I do that, I'm going to stick the main album in. So that's my first thought for the album. I might add another colour behind it in the green, but I just wanted to quickly show you all the ephemera while I play with it. I thought it would be a good idea to add some red tape to the middle of this spine. You could probably get specific album double-sided tapes for this, but the red tape is usually a very good standby product. So I put it in the centre, and I need some wiggle room. But I'm also going to add glue to this section here. I guess you could add red tape to here as well, but we'll go with the pin flag glue. Add a liberal amount. We'll see how we get on. I would say this will be the trickiest part of the whole project, but apart from this, it's all been pretty straightforward. So we'll keep the spine flat, and then I will lay it into the centre, like so. Secure it in place. And that looks like it's holding in place nicely. So then we can lift the spine, and then it will sit in inside the box like so. I've decided to add a small piece of green to the front cover just to lift up some of the elements. And then I have edged them with the antique linen. So then this is just going to sit in the top left hand corner. And then I'm going to add the welcome little one here. And then I'm going to bring in some of the ephemera. So some foam pads. And I might add a few little gems, but that essentially is done. I think if I was doing it again, I might have added some of these ribbons to the side there, because that's quite pretty. But I'm very happy with the balloons as they are. We have the finished album. I think Little One is a beautiful collection. Personally, I would use the floral papers for any card or album making, but it is an absolute joy to be able to make such a wonderful keepsake gift within this album. I really enjoyed making it. It feels very, very personal, and it may well be that I end up using this for my very own little one. So thank you for taking the time to watched the video today. I hope that it has inspired you to not only try one of the Graphic 45 mini albums in a box, but to get this collection of beautiful springtime and new arrival papers.